Thank you for joining us for Nutrition and Weight Management. I'm Jody Kautz, registered dietitian with the Optimal You Fitness Facility, here to provide you with a little bit of information about how you can manage your weight through nutrition. Overweight, which is a body mass index of 25 to 30, and obesity, or a BMI greater than 30, have been linked with many diseases. Some of these likely come as no surprise to you, such as heart disease and diabetes. But your weight can also be linked to increased risks of some cancers, like breast cancer or stomach cancer, and other serious health concerns. The good news is that in some cases, even a modest 10% reduction in weight has been shown to significantly reduce the risk of these conditions. Overweight and obesity is a significant cost to both our healthcare system and to the individual. Someone who is obese is likely to have $1,500 more each year in medical costs than a healthy weight individual. Over the course of 10 years, that's $15,000 more. On the other side of spending, in the U.S., we spend over $40 billion annually on weight loss products like diet pills, meal plans, and other products. So since we're spending so much money on these products, we must be losing weight, right? As most people know, these weight loss products are not the answer, and America's waistlines are growing each year. Here in Michigan, in 2009, 25 to 29% of the population was considered obese. Remember that obesity is considered a BMI over 30. If you add all the people who are also overweight, so anyone with a BMI of greater than 25, 70% of males and 56% of females in Michigan would fit the criteria. So obviously weight is a problem on our health, our costs, and all around us. Through this presentation, I will clarify what should you eat, what should you drink, and try to debunk any myths revolving around weight loss. When it comes down to it, weight loss can be simplified by saying calories in, calories out. You want to create a negative energy balance, meaning that at the end of the day, you have burned off more calories than you have taken in. You can do this by exercising more, eating less, or a combination of both. How you reduce your calories is up to you. All the popular weight loss programs have one thing in common. They are lower calorie. So you may be cutting back on carbs or fat, but the resounding theme is lower calorie. In fact, a recent study showed that although people on a low-carb diet tended to lose weight more quickly, at the end of a year, both a low-carb and a low-fat diet had about the same weight loss. A general calculation is that a caloric deficit of 500 to 1,000 calories a day, either through a decrease in intake, increase in exercise, or a combination of both, should result in a loss of 1 to 2 pounds each week. So how should you decrease your caloric intake? I encourage people to look at their usual daily intake and figure out where the excess calories are coming from. Do you find yourself snacking on carbs or having large servings of pasta or rice with your meals? Maybe decreasing the carbohydrates in your diet will have the best impact on you. Are you a high-fat food eater, such as fried foods, large quantities of cheese, or high-fat meats? Then reducing the amount of fat in your diet would likely make the biggest impact for you. The best way to get the most bang for your buck is to look at the caloric density of foods. Even though foods may have the same volume, meaning you eat the same amount of foods, different foods provide different amounts of calories. For example, half a cup of green beans provides 22 calories, versus half a cup of peanuts provides 423 calories. By focusing on foods that have a lower caloric density, you can feel like you are eating as much or even more food than before while getting lower amounts of calories each day. To do this, focus on fruits and vegetables as the basis of your meal. You still need proteins and starches, just in smaller quantities. Use the palm of your hand to portion out the size of protein and starch. Another way to have lower caloric density is to eat foods with a higher water content, like soups. One study found that people who eat a broth-based soup before their meal ended up consuming a significantly lower amount of calories each day. By focusing on caloric density, you can still find most foods fit into your healthy eating plan, just changing the proportion of the foods you choose. A few foods that you should avoid are foods that are high in saturated fat, trans fat, and added sugar. The closer something is to its natural form, for example, old-fashioned oats versus an oatmeal cookie, the less of the additives you will have to worry about. Saturated fats are found in animal products like butter, bacon, or high-fat meats, whereas trans fats are man-made fats found in stick margarine or commercially baked goods. Both fats are particularly harmful for cardiovascular disease. Choosing healthier fats like olive oil, nuts, or salmon can be a healthier alternative. Added sugar provides extra calories, but not extra nutrients. The American Heart Association recommends that women avoid more than 6 teaspoons, or about 32 grams of added sugar each day, and 9 teaspoons of sugar for men, or about 48 grams of added sugar. You may often hear that you should have 8 8-ounce glasses of water each day, but is that the right amount for you? It is true that each individual may have different water requirements, but aiming for 64 ounces each day is a good start. If you participate in regular exercise, then you should be drinking more to replenish sweat losses. When trying to lose weight, your body requires water to be present to complete every function of metabolism. If you're in a dehydrated state, your body isn't going to be able to metabolize your nutrients as easily. Water should be your primary beverage. Although other drinks like green tea, juices, or sports drinks can provide hydration, they may also be full of added sweeteners or artificial sweeteners, which can be detrimental to weight loss. I often hear people say they shouldn't eat after 7 p.m. or some other time in the evening. The truth is that our bodies do not have a clock that shuts off our metabolism at a certain time each day. It is true that after about 5 hours of not eating, our metabolism slows down, but that is likely while you are sleeping, not after 7 p.m. In reality, people who tend to munch a lot in the evenings may end up eating more total calories during the course of the day, and therefore their nighttime eating can be problematic. To solve this problem, simply fit a healthy snack at nighttime into your total caloric intake instead of mindlessly binging in front of the TV. There is often confusion between dietary fat and body fat. By eating foods with fat in them, that will not necessarily increase your body fat. Any excess in calories, whether it be fats, proteins, or carbohydrates, our bodies will store as fat. Our bodies need some healthy fat to maintain our health. Healthy fats can be found in salmon, olive oil, avocado, nuts, and other sources. Although calories in, calories out may make you think that you should just eat as few calories as possible, this is not healthy for you. Each person has a basal metabolic rate, or a minimum number of calories that is required to make your heart beat, your lungs breathe, and other body functions. If you are consistently taking in less than your basal metabolic rate, your body will compensate by lowering your metabolism as much as 40%. So if you are following a diet that provides less than 1,200 calories a day, you may be actually doing yourself a disservice, because since your body has compensated with a lower metabolism, if you ever eat more than that, then you're more likely for rebound weight gain.